So let's just take a moment to ground ourselves. Let's cross the legs. Let's sit up nice and tall through the spine and just open the chest. Close your eyes. And we're inhaling slowly through the nose. And exhaling slowly through the mouth. And all the time thinking about the posture. So sitting up tall on the tailbones. Drawing the belly button in towards the backbone. Relaxing the shoulders. Just feel the breath moving in through the nose and out through the mouth. Open your eyes, place one hand here on your sternum, place the other hand across the belly, and then start to breathe a little bit more deeply. Feel the hands move as you inhale. As you exhale, soften down the breastbone, pull the belly button in. Let's have two more here. So allow yourself to hear that breath as you exhale. And last one. Open your eyes. Let's place the right hand down. Lengthen up on the left side. Come across, reach to where the ceiling meets the wall and hold it there. Stay lengthened. Focus on the top side rather than the bottom side. And then come up. Change sides, lifting up, out from the waist up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Maybe you can turn that eye gaze up. Inhale. And exhale, arms come down. Can we just roll the shoulders up, back and down. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to roll. Just one more time. Lovely. Bring the hands to the heart center. Close the eyes. And focus on that breath once again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Open the eyes. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, turn to the right corner. Inhale, come to center. Your goal is to keep your nose in line with your fingertips. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, come center. Let's have one more of those either side. Keep lengthening up through the spine. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come center. And last time. Relax. Left hand coming onto right knee, right hand coming behind you. Lengthen up through the spine and look over the shoulder. I'm just coming in to let Jill in. There we go. Nice big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then come on round the other side. Hi, Jill. So looking over the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Keep sitting tall. And release. Super. Can we take the legs out in front of us and just give them a shake? Good. So sitting up tall here, can we start to bring some rotation to the wrists and ankles? So just a little bit of mobility around the joints and go the other way. Good, and then just interlock the fingers for me and just rock the wrists. Maybe give them a little circle if that feels good. And the other way. Oh, can't do it very well the other way. Just learned something about myself. And then draw the hands behind you, fingers towards your bottom. and open your chest. Now I've got weirdly short arms, so I need to drop my weight back a little bit, but you might not need to do that. So we're going to lift the chest, and we're just sitting tall here. So your eye gaze is up to where the ceiling meets the wall. The chest is lifted, the rib cage is slightly flared, the shoulder blades are drawn together. Draw your attention to the breath. Pushing yourself gently off the hands. Good. Bring the hands in front. Interlock the fingers, push away. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, release the arms. Hands to the floor. Slide forward. Relax over the legs. Stay here. Focus on breathing into the back of the rib cage. On your next breath out, slide the hands back as you uncurl the spine. Restack onto the sit bones, nice and tall. Let's try that again. Interlock the fingers, push away. Lifting up, inhaling. Exhaling all the way out and down. Palms to the floor. Slide them forward. Relax in that forward fold. Maybe we're a little bit further. Maybe you want to take hold of the legs. On your next out breath, draw the hands back, uncurl the spine. Reset from the sit bones to the crown of the head. One last time. Let's take the arms up, inhale. Oh, hang on this way. Push forward. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Hands to floor, sliding forward. This time, if you feel like you are warm enough, you can grab the feet or the calves. If it feels like it's a bit intense at this point, just relax into it. Not going for a massive stretch at this point. On your next out breath, release the hands and uncurl the spine. So we're going to take the hands behind you, and now it doesn't matter which way they're facing, just transfer the weight. Bend the knees and have the feet wide. We're going to rock the knees from right to left. So let's think about setting up for a pigeon pose or a mermaid. Same but different. Different but same, depending on what school of thought you go with. So we're going to rock the knees over to the right side so that the foot and knee are connected here. And then this knee is just pointing to the corner. Now you might find that this side of your bottom has left the floor. Push it down if you can. It doesn't really matter if it's lifted as long as you feel comfortable. So we're going to take hold of this shin first, and then this arm goes up. We lengthen. Now if you've got knee pain or hip pain, adjust your posture. So a couple of breaths. Sometimes just adjusting tiny bit around the hips or knees will make a difference. And then come on down on this side. Bring the hand to the floor. If everything feels okay, drop down onto the elbow. Extend the arm up and lengthen out of the fingertips. Holding here as we breathe. On your next out breath, up we come. So just wheel it round, hold the shin, lengthen up, holding here. So reaching out to the fingertips. On the next out breath, down you come, onto your hand, onto your elbow if you can. Lengthen out of the fingertips. On the next out breath, up we come. So we're going to take out this lateral movement now, and we're going to turn forward over this front shin. And we're going to walk the hands forward. So we're going to place the hands gently. I'm going to come down into pigeon. So that's on my forearms, and my head is coming down onto my hands. And again, adjust the position if it doesn't feel correct for you around the hips. I'm going to scooch around this way a little so maybe you can see my position a little bit better. From here, I'm going to come up. I'm going to pop this hand behind me. So I've gone from moving right and left to moving forward and back. So this hand is going to come behind me, and I'm going to drive the hips all the way up. So the pelvis pushes forward and I'm into extension through the hips. Inhaling, staying here, exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, coming all the way down. Let's do that one more time in either direction. So square the body forward over the leg and come down into that flexion, into that pigeon, head on hands. Breathing through the stretch. Uncurling slowly. Hand coming behind and then driving up into that mermaid extension, hips coming forward. So lengthen out of the fingertips, eye gazes up. Let's take one more breath. And then come on down slowly. Lovely, legs in front, give them a shake. So let's take a moment and reset that on the other side. So just bend the knees and start with some hip rolls. So we're going all the way around the spine. We're going side to side and forward and back. When you're ready, the legs drop over here and come into that pigeon or mermaid position. So let's go with the side stretch first. So we want to hold this right shin now. We want to lengthen up and use that as a lever to pull and extend. Eye gaze is up. So rather than focus on crunching on the short side, think about lengthening on the other side. Let's whiz that round the other way slowly. Drop the hand, drop to the elbow, and then reach up out the fingertips. Eye gaze is up towards the top hand. I'm lifting out of the waist, lifting out of the shoulder. Inhale, exhale, push up. Coming around the other way, hold the shin. Nice deep stretch into the obliques, into the lumbar spine, into the shoulders. Inhale, exhale to move. So last one with the lateral flexion before we come into the forward flexion. So one more breath here, inhale. And exhale, come back up. Lovely, little reset. Square yourself off to this shin and then come forward, chest in line. So come down onto the forearms. Adjust the legs if they don't feel quite right. They may just need a little adjustment. Head on hands. And as you're down there, let the body feel heavy. Breathe into the back of your rib cage, guys. Next breath out, we come up. We take the left hand behind us. We come into extension. We drive the hips forward. We lift up out the waist and feel that stretch running all the way down the bottom. Inhale. And exhale, come down softly. One more either way, coming forward for flexion. Everything nice and relaxed. Good. Next time we breathe out, we come up. We take the hand behind us and we drive the hips into extension. So tuck that tail underneath you. Feel it into the hip and the quad. and come on all the way down. Lovely, legs come back out in front, we give them a little shake. Okay, you're going to come over onto one side and onto all fours. So let's come into all fours and just set ourselves up for a cat stretch. So a little pelvic tilt, navel to backbone, curl the spine, drop the head, tuck the tail and look through the legs. We release the spine to neutral. And then in yoga we can roll into cow, which is quite a big extension. So if your back doesn't like cow, don't force it. Inhale. Exhale, come through neutral to flexion, up to cat. Inhale to neutral. Optional extension into cow. Exhale last time, roll to cat. Inhale through neutral, roll into cow. And then find neutral once again. Belly button to backbone, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Can we start to circle the body weight? It's going to shift the weight into my right hand slowly. Over to my left hand. Into my left knee. Into my right knee. I'm going to keep this moving in one direction. You can start to make it bigger if it feels good. So start to make it bigger if it feels good. Keep it small if it doesn't. Guys, when you're ready, let's change direction. So start with a small circle as the weight shifts. Keeping the back flat and the core engaged. And then making that a little bit bigger if it feels good. Connecting the movement with the breath. Your next one is your last one. And then come back into child's pose, head on hands, bum to feet. Just melt into the mat. Try to get the chest down to the thighs. Let's uncurl the spine slowly. Good, so let's do some hip openers before we come to a sun sal. So let's come up into high kneeling. If you need a little bit of padding under the knee, make sure you have it. I've got my right leg in front here, so I'm just going to walk my foot forward a little bit more. I'm going to grip my hips here, and I'm just going to move through some pelvic tilts. And it should be loose through the pelvis because we've done lots of pelvis work, but make sure the pelvis is tucked underneath you before you sink into this left quadricep. And if your knee has gone over your toe, just walk the foot forward a little bit more and then sink into that stretch. So I'm holding here in this stretch. I'm going to take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm going to come out of the stretch. I'm going to shift to a hamstring. Holding here, inhale. Exhale, bend the knee, push forward. Hands come onto the thigh, lift the chest. Hold here, inhale. Exhale, pull back to hamstring. Drop the chest. Good. Inhale. Exhale, push forward. Now hold here for a moment. If you can do it without the support of the hands, then the hands come here. As I push forward, I'm going to roll into flexion. Elbows coming in. And as I push back into my hamstring stretch, I'm going to extend. So moving through flexion and extension. This time through the hips rather than the spine. Obviously we are moving the spine as well, but the focus is on the hip flexors. Stretching into quads and glutes. One last time here, guys. Lovely. Bend the front knee, come all the way down. Pop the hands either side of the right foot. Tuck the left toes under and extend the leg. Just hold the balance here. Feeling those hips open, can we drop the hips a little bit lower? Dropping the left knee to the mat. Bring the right leg back. Little release into shell stretch. Couple of breaths here and then we'll move on to the other side. So I'm going to turn around and I hope that you can just view me a little bit better. So hands under shoulders, uncurl the spine. Coming up into high kneeling. Big step forward on the left foot. Make sure the whole of the foot is in front of you. Come into some pelvic tilts there. Little tuck under. And then tuck and hold so we feel this hip flexor stretching. We take a breath in. As we breathe out, we sink. So we feel the quadriceps start to stretch all the way down the hips. I'm going to start with my hands on my front thigh here. Sinking into the stretch. Inhaling. Exhaling, moving back to hamstring. Hands come to the mat. Drop the chest. Maybe pull the toes back. Inhale. Exhale, move the weight forward. Come up onto the thigh, tuck the tail. Eye gaze is forward. Exhale, pull back to hamstring. So to really straighten that leg if you can, now start to pull the toes back and develop the stretch. And then coming back to kneeling, option to take the hands away from the thigh if you can. So let's take a second to reset. Open the chest, inhale. Exhale, we flex over the leg and we drop the hips as the weight moves into the front leg. Inhale. Exhale, come up, extend, straighten the front leg, move the weight into the back leg, open the chest. Exhale, come forward. Everything moves forward at the same time. Inhale. Everything moves back at the same time. Last time. Inhale. Everything moves forward on the exhale. Inhale. Everything moves back. Inhale here. Exhale will come all the way down, hands either side of the front foot. Tuck the toes under at the back and straighten that leg. So the weight is even through the hands. Focus on dropping the pelvis down to really open the hips. Couple more breaths here. Drop onto the back knee. Can we bring the left knee to meet the right knee? And then come back into that child's pose. Uncurling. Lovely. Let's have a look at sun sal. So we're going to add in the downward dog part of the sun salutation now. So coming forward into 4-point kneeling. Spread the fingers to spread the load. Tuck the toes under, push upwards and move backwards and find your downward dog. So let's start with some little foot pedals here. We're transferring forward into plank. Now the downward dog, guys, it lowers to the floor here for up dog by dropping through a tricep press. Now don't panic because you've not got to get back up out of it. So I'm going to lower all the way down slowly until I come to the mat, softly, not like sack spuds, and come all the way down. Release the toes. Inhale. Exhale, push up to cobra. It's okay for hips to lift. Eye gaze is forward, shoulders are relaxed. Inhale. Exhale, rolling all the way down. Tucking the toes back under. Pushing up through the downward dog. Good. Now press the weight back through the hands. Press the heels back towards the floor. So in yoga, we walk the feet towards the hands. So you end up at the front of the mat. So walk forward slowly for me, please. Super. With these knees bent, place your hands on your kneecaps. Lengthen your spine into a tabletop. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale, drop back down. Palms to the mat. Big step back on the left foot. Find that hip opener that we had earlier on. With your left hand down, open the body to the right side. So all of these actions are part of your sun salutation. We've built up to them. Hold it there, inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Step back on the left foot, find the downward dog. Transfer the weight back through into the feet. Inhale. Exhale, come forward, hold your plank. Tuck the tail, brace the abs. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower through the tricep press. Take your time. Hips to mat. Release the toes. Inhale. Exhale, extend to cobra. Switch on the glutes. Feel the stretch in the abs. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down slowly. Toes tucking back under. Find the downward dog. Hold here. Guys, we're going to lift our left leg up. Bend the knee. Stretch the toe to the ceiling. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we draw the knee in quickly and we bring it between the hands. Now, if you can't get there in a swing, get there in a shuffle. Did we get there? Hands are either side of the left foot. Open the chest to the left side. The eye gaze is up. Lengthen through the back leg. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Step your right foot to meet your left foot. Come back to tabletop, hands on knees. Inhale. Exhale, drop down. We're going the other way, so this time we step back on the right foot first. Step back on the right foot. Open the chest to that left side once again. Lengthen the back leg. Try to straighten the back knee. Try to get the left shoulder back. Bringing the hand down. Stepping back on the left foot. Find the downward dog. Take a moment to pause here. Feel the stretch in the hamstrings and the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Hold plank. Tail tucked, abs braced. Start to slowly lower through the tricep press. Take your time. Relax, release the toes. Inhale. Exhale, extend to cobra. Relax shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, coming down slowly. Toes tuck. Back to downward dog. So just take a moment to center yourself there. Load the weight into the left leg. We lift up, right toe to the ceiling. Three-legged dog. Push back, please. Inhale. Exhale, we bend the knee, we swing the leg through. Or we shuffle. Left hand down. Open out to the right side. Eye gazes up. Can we rotate back that little bit further? Now we're nice and warm. I'm nice and warm. Hold it there, inhale. And exhale, come on down. Step the left foot to the right foot. Come back to that flat back tabletop one last time, inhale. Exhale, relax all the way down, and then just wrap the arms around the legs and hold the stretch. Release the hands, bend the knees, and uncurl the spine slowly from the bottom to the top. Super. We are standing tall here, guys. Can we bring our feet into rotation? Bring the hands to the heart center and just take a moment to center yourself so the eyes are closed. Focus on the breath, moving through the nose slowly and out through the mouth slowly. When you are ready, open your eyes, load the weight into the left leg. We're going to come into tree pose. So first option is just to place the heel. Second option is to draw the leg up, anchor the foot and open the hip. Now if you want to reach down and just do a little manipulation, that is fine. You may find that your leg slides down your leggings. Once you're there, just find an anchor point, eye gazes forward. And if all of that's feeling okay, you can start to extend the arms into that full tree, release the hands. So nice strong tree. Bring the arms down, bring the feet down. Find your center, well done. Load the weight into the right leg, just free up the left leg. Now if here's enough for you, that's where you stay. Start to think about coming to calf, knee, inner thigh. Find your anchor point and then guide the knee back. So if that is sufficient, you stay there. If you want to extend the arms up, slowly do. Keep your focus. Ooh, keep your glutes switched on. I'm much more wobbly on this side. Release the hands to the corners of the ceiling. And then step down. Lovely, counter pose. Take the feet wide. Let's come into wide triangle pose. So toes are forward rather than in rotation. Bring the hands on the tailbone. We are hinging forward. So we hold on a flat back. You can soften your knees if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Hold here. Inhale. Exhale, soften the knees. Uncurl slowly. And let's go again. Bring the hands behind you, open the chest. Exhale to hip hinge. Inhale to hold. Guys, if it feels okay, we stay in the hinge and we take the arms out. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Relax. Uncurl with soft knees and a curved spine. So last one, a little bit more difficult. Take the arms up if you can. And then as we exhale, we hinge with extended arms. If that's too much, go back to side arm or hands on tailbone. Really brace those abs. Inhale. Exhale, relax down. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees. And uncurl the spine. Lovely, bring the legs in. Give them a little shake and then come back down and join me in seated. And then we're going to come onto our back. So if you know you want something under your head, then just grab something and then come down safely onto the back. Good. So let's just take our knees wide, our arms out to the side, and some slow open knee hip rolls. Inhaling to drop and exhaling to come back up. Can we roll the head the opposite way? Bring a little bit of release to the neck. Good. Come on back to center. Let's pick the legs up. Hold on to the ankles, please. Soles of the feet together. So we're just going to press back on the inner thigh. Now we're going to take this eventually to happy baby, but let's get there slowly if we can. So the first thing I'd like you to do is take your hands on your heels. And then just one leg at a time. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to take a big stretch on that right leg. Inhale, exhale, bring the foot back. Inhale, exhale, extend that left leg away. And it might be stiff and it might not be ready to straighten, especially if you just got off a long haul flight. And come down, going to keep this moving slowly, out we go. So bringing length to the hamstring, the inner thigh, the calf, as when you're ready, just push down on your heels now, and we actually want to keep the knees bent, flex the feet and open the legs wide at the hip, but keep the knees bent. So this is our happy baby. So let's have a little rock from right to left. Your tail should have curled off the mat. Bottom is to the ceiling. So we hold lots of stress through the pelvis and the hips, all running through to the lower back. So if you're happy there, you stay there. If you want to bring your hands inside your calves and take your legs out into a straight V, then go there. So we straighten the legs. We flex the foot, and if your legs have straightened, then you can drop your tailbone back down onto the mat. So our focus is more inner thigh than back of thigh. Bringing the hands around to the outside of the thigh. Draw the legs together, please. Bend the knees. Lovely. Just circle the hips there. I'm going to place both feet on the floor. I'm going to slide my left leg away along the mat. I'm going to use my left hand to grab my right knee. I'm going to come round to the outer thigh. And then I'm going to rotate that leg across the body. So I'm going to take my right arm across the floor as my anchor point. And then I'm feeling that stretch down the outer thigh into the buttock and lumbar spine. Can you turn your head the opposite way? And then use the breaths here slowly. Just allow the breath to move in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then come on back to center. And we'll change. So we want to bend the left leg. We want to slide the right leg away. Opposite hand to thigh, lift the foot. Left arm anchors on the floor and we rotate. We allow the bum to peel off the mat. We keep the shoulders down. Turn the head the opposite way. And then just using the breath, each time you exhale, just let a little bit of that tension go. Coming gently back to center. Place both feet on the floor, please. Heels close to the bottom. Can you take away anything that's under your head? Bring the hands down as we roll through the spine to shoulder bridge. Now you should be able to come straight up. Spine should be nice and warm. So we're going to develop this stretch if we can. We're going to bring our hands onto our lower back and our buttocks. We're going to bring the feet in and we're going to come up onto the toes. Elbows coming under the body if we can. So we're in a high extension here. We are stretching rather than using it for strength like we do in Pilates. Bring the thighs parallel. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Lift those toes a little bit higher. Use the breath work now. Start to think about coming down slowly. Through the feet, through the hands and the arms, rolling down the spine softly. Extend your legs to the end of the mat. Pop the head block back under there if you want it. Place your hands on your rib cage and focus on the breath, expanding those bottom ribs. Just be aware of how they feel under your hands as the breath moves in and out. Should feel like an accordion. Let's draw the knees back to the bent knee position. Rolling over onto one side. Take your time. Bring yourself up to the seated position. Crossed or straight leg is fine. Let's open the chest. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Let's circle slowly. Chin, chest. Ear to shoulder, not traveling to the back. Moving from left to right. Chin to chest. Ear to shoulder. And then come up into the center. Bring the hands back to our heart center here. Close the eyes and focus on lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck. Open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much indeed, everybody.